Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is my first video in a while. I've been meaning to make this video for absolutely ages now, and it's my first impressions of my bike, the Honda CB500X. So this is the first bike I've had and ridden. Obviously, I use ones for my licenses and CBT and all that, but this is the first one I've actually owned and use on a daily basis. So a bit of my experience with this bike, I'm now on about 8,000 odd miles on it. I've done short trips, long trips. I commute every day on it. So this video is basically going to be just my personal experience with the bike and my thoughts and feelings about it. It's not going to be about the specs of the bike because you can find those pretty much everywhere. Um, so yeah, if you are interested in getting one of these bikes, this is just what I've thought about it, and hopefully it might persuade you to get one or might not, depending on how you feel. So, first of all, I've got to say, I absolutely love this bike. It's brilliant. Um, I use it all the time. Like I've said, I do an hour and a half commute daily, and it's absolutely brilliant for the commute. It's quite sensible when you need it to be, especially when you've got a long drive. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant for all my needs, which includes when I want to get out at the weekends and uh, have a bit more adventure with the bike and twists and turns. It really handles all that stuff well. So it's a fun bike and it can be a really great commuter at the same time. It can take a knock, this bike. I've dropped it a couple of times, unfortunately. And yeah, there's been a couple of things that get scratched and needed replacing. But other than that, it bounces back straight away and you can get back on it, which is absolutely awesome. So a lot of guys said to me when I got the bike, they're like 500 cc's, that's not going to be enough. But personally, I think it's got absolutely plenty of power for what I need for the moment. At the moment, I am limited to the A2 license, but my God, you can have a lot of fun on this bike, and 500 is definitely enough. Uh, Absolutely. So you can get a lot of stuff with this bike, a lot of additional parts, and I know it's like that for a lot of bikes, but I found the ease of availability of those parts and additional bits has been really great with this bike, because I do know people who struggle to get some bits for their bikes and stuff like that. Now, this part is definitely just personal preference, but I think the adventure style of this bike is absolutely awesome. I'm not really a sports bike kind of guy. That doesn't really appeal to me, but that's each to their own. And I just think the bike looks absolutely awesome. And Honda have absolutely nailed the adventure style of the bike. So moving on now, I just want to talk about a couple of little things I would change and how the bike came that I wasn't very keen on to begin with. So first of all was the exhaust. I found it very quiet, and that has led to a bit of trouble on the road because it's not the loudest bike in the world. And I don't really want to be the center of attention going down the road, but I do think it is a bit of a safety risk as well, because people don't hear you. And sometimes that is the first thing that alerts them of your presence before they see you. So, yeah, that was just one thing. The stock tires, I wasn't very keen on. They just didn't feel very grippy and stuff like that. So yeah, the stock tires could have been a bit better, but like any bike, you can change them out, which I have. I'm now on Michelin Road 5s, which are awesome. So it's not the biggest deal, and they work quite well for when I just bought the bike. And yeah, they weren't awful, but could be better. And probably one of my biggest pet hates about the bike is the wind protection as standard. So as you can see on the video, the CB500X does have a screen on it. And for a person of my height and where I sit on the bike, I find that the screen doesn't do much and it just deflects the wind straight into my helmet. But you can get bits to stop that, which I haven't done yet and I need to. But yeah, that was my personal preference on the screen, and I know a lot of taller guys don't really like that about it. So yeah, that's kind of just like my roundup and first impression of the bike. If you think I've missed anything, let me know down in the comments. Or if you completely disagree or agree, let me know. I'll be happy to listen to your opinion on it, because it's always great to get another rider's opinion about a bike and see what they think. So yeah, I just want to round up by saying, for my first bike, I absolutely love it. I hope this has given you a little bit of information about it, and I will see you soon, guys. Thank you very much for watching.